of good or staying here, man. Alright, welcome back. God damn it, back into another rant.
Back at it again.
What's up?
Oh man. Well, I should have got some water or something. But I'll just tough through it.
Come on, Timmy, you can do it.
Yeah.
Clear that throat. That sounded wrong.
Yeah. Oh
Maybe
god.
you should use Vaseline.
Maybe I should go to the fucking doctor. Shit.
Hey, good luck with that. Do you have insurance?
Fuck no. It's a scam, man. I ain't got no goddamn insurance.
Insurance is a scam.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by the biggest scam in the fucking world, insurance company.
Oh wait. We forgot to hail our deity.
Oh, that's right. In the name of the Cthulhu, Lord
Name
of the seas and the dark oceans beyond our life.
All hail Cthulhu.
All hail Cthulhu, we raise our hands to your glory. Reach us with your tentacles. From the
Bless us.
front, not from the behind.
Yeah. Whoa.
Hells yeah.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, man. You need to get yourself some insurance and shit.
Do I? Do I really? Actually, I do got insurance. Accidental insurance.
Oh, it's a ripoff, but for now, we're stuck with it. What you gonna do? You go to a hospital for like a fucking splinter, you come out with like $1 million bill.
Yeah, bro.
You can thank our politicians for this.
Bullshit.
Yep. They'll fuck us over with this.
And that whole Obamacare, that was stupid as fuck, bro. Forcing you to get health care, and if you can't afford it at the end of the year, they tax you for it. And then you still don't get to reap any benefits from it.
There's no fucking benefit, dude. Obamacare sucks, Trump care sucks, Republican care sucks, Democrat care sucks, health insurance sucked ass for a long time, man.
Kind of still
It's
does.
like, yeah, I can't blame any current or previous politicians because they all play and beat to the same drum. They're in the payroll pockets of the insurance company.
Yeah,
this is
dude.
how we want to keep the system, and you have to support us.
And I forget who it was. I remember a long time ago, it really opened my eyes to insurance being a scam. I don't know if it was particularly health insurance, probably auto insurance or someone, I don't know. It was some
Yeah, all the
insurance,
same.
Yeah, it was some insurance company, but I remember like their spouse or someone was saying, it's like, hey, what you doing? Doing some work? It's like, no, I'm just we're throwing some investments in there. They take your money and they invest it, so they're basically making more money off your money that you're fucking giving. I was like, so you're just taking our money every month, then invested it into something else to make more money for yourself.
Yeah, that's what they do. And then when it comes time to pay up, they don't pay up.
Yeah, you have to go through hoops and fucking while you're trying to like prove your fucking claim and all that shit. It takes forever, and you're the one suffering from all that shit.
Man, it took me a while to understand this insurance shit, especially when I moved here, because I never had any previous experience with this. It was like, what the fuck is that? Why am I paying this every month and I don't? It's like I'm giving away money.
Yeah.
You know, like car insurance, right? Been driving for years, never had any problems. Like, but I'm throwing money out of the window. Like, fine. One day I was driving a shitty car, and I had like I wouldn't call it even like an accident, you know, it was like a bump. Someone bumped to me from the side, dent the side on top of the wheel and all that shit. Nothing big deal. I was like, all right. But the car that I was driving was an old car. Go to the insurance, you know, it was his fault or whatever. Time to collect, fix my fucking car. Oh, my eyes were open to a whole new world. Or what the fuck? There's a science of bullshit into it. The car is old because of this. It's certain this into this. End up being my car that works fine, even with the dent. And I rely on it to go to work and shit. Oh, we can't fix it. We're gonna total it, and we're gonna give you a check for like, I don't know, like $800 or $900, and go buy a new car. What the fuck just happened? It's like,
Yeah.
I worked hard and saved for that car, you know, worked minimum wage and shit. I paid that car cash. It works fine. Yes, it's an old car. And now my life, you know, revolves around that car. It's like I need to go places, I need to go to work. Now suddenly you tell me my car is a piece of shit, I need to throw it away. And you give me $900 or something, and you tell me to go buy a new car that costs way more. I can't afford that shit. Plus, when you buy a new car, you're gonna throw on top of that, if you do loan and shit, full coverage.
God, dude.
And shit. It was like, dude, it was like a spiral of shit. And I was like, wait the fuck a minute. Fuck you and fuck all your shit. I'll keep my car. Fuck off. Yeah, I kept the car.
Hmm.
They don't understand. It's like, I don't know
Yeah,
what kind of reality they live in.
For a dent too? That makes no fucking
Yeah,
sense.
it's like you can't destroy a well-functioning car just because of a fucking dent and because your stupid book tells you it's from a year 1997.
Because yeah, some old shit. Yeah, no, that's stupid.
Yeah, the same thing with the first time I went to the hospital here. You know, it's like I don't go to hospitals. I don't get sick. If I do, I just do. But the first time I was new here, like first year or something, I was at home doing something and I cut my hand like right behind my thumb right here. I still have the scar. Yeah, the classic usual or the way I was raised. It's a cut. It looks a little bit deep. I pressed my hand together like this and then tied it with something, stopped bleeding, and I was like, it's gonna heal. That's exactly what I did. My friend came. He was like, "Oh man, you cut yourself. It's dangerous here. You might get infected. You don't want to get into it." He was like, "Dude, we do this all the time back home. You remember this shit?" And he was like, "Yeah, but still." So he nagged the shit out of me to go to the hospital. I've never been to the hospital here. I go next morning. So this happened in the afternoon. I go next morning. I walk in. The guy opened my hand, just looked at it. I was like, "Oh, it's been more than 12 hours, so we can't stitch it." So he put cleaning alcohol or whatever the fuck, put a Band-Aid, and he told me, "Keep your hand like this." What I was doing. Hold it together like this.
What you were already fucking doing.
I go home later on, like a week or so later, I get a bill, $800 or something from the hospital. And then I get another bill for like $200 for the doctor himself. I was like, what the fuck is happening? I never understood the system. So I still don't understand it 20 years later, right?
Like anyone really does.
So apparently the hospital gets paid separately. The doctor works in the hospital, but he's like separate from I was like, my brain exploded. I never put set foot in the hospital after that until I met my wife. And she was the only one who's like, because she understands this shit and everything. So she does everything. She tells me to go to the hospital, how much you pay and all this shit. But after that, dude, I get sick. I stay it off. It goes away. I don't go to the hospital. I don't take medications. I don't do shit. But that was major ripoff. What is the $800 for? You did exactly what I did to myself. I cleaned my wound.
Yeah.
I pressed hard and I band-aided my hand and I kept it together because I know the wounds heal.
Yeah, because your body
and I heal pretty fast.
Yeah, your body's going to heal itself.
Exactly. It's just basic physics. What are you What is the $800 for?
For that fancy building in that car.
I have no idea. Till today, I have no idea.
Like that fancy room you get to sit in for.
Like I was telling you earlier, my buddy Josh, his wife gave birth. They stayed in the hospital, I think, for like a 5 days or a week or something. $500,000.
$500,000
for giving birth.
Is that how much that shit is?
I stayed in the hospital with my wife when she gave birth from C-section. If I itemize everything we did every day for those 5 days and everything, it does not add up to $500,000. And this is one case. Where do they come up with these fucking numbers? Answer me, motherfuckers, anybody who's listening to this shit. Where do you get all this shit from? Maybe you know.
Dude, I don't know. The fancy cars and shit. I would assume maybe the drugs or something like, I don't know, a C-section and all that shit. Or what your friend went through.
But yeah, I think it's the same thing.
Did you have insurance when you went to...
we have insurance.
Yeah. Did he have insurance?
He has insurance.
You get insurance too?
But they send you the full bill. It tells what the whole thing costs. It's like they give you, so you have access to know what it was, the whole thing. You pay your part of it and whatever insurance you have, whatever the fuck.
I'm assuming to break it down into like fucking.
I don't know.
Dude, yeah, $500,000 for giving birth is a huge incentive to never have kids.
Yeah, that ties into another thing. There's nothing in the system that incentivizes or encourage anybody to have a kid. And then you listen on TV to all these politicians. It's all about the families. It's all about the children.
Like you clearly don't want us to have kids.
Being in America is awesome when you're single. It's great. You can do whatever you want. You can achieve a lot of shit. The moment you decide to have kids and have a family, you're fucked. You're fist fucked. Like 100%. I didn't know that before. Now I have 2 kids. I know. It's hell. It's 100% hell. And we work full time. We pay our bills. We do everything ourselves. So I don't rely on the government. I don't get any handouts. I don't do shit. We always pay ourselves.
Yeah,
But dude, it's hardcore.
dude. Yeah.
If I knew this in the future, it was like I love my kids, but like there's part of my brain that says, shit, I'm gonna go back and redo this shit. No one, they don't encourage you to have kids or family. When you listen to them on TV, it's not about the kids, God, the church, kids. It's all empty promises, man.
It's all about the money. That's what it really is.
Yeah, there's zero that encourages anybody to do shit here. I mean, if you're
Pretty fucked
single,
up, man.
great.
Well, shit, I don't know, because I'm single and I'm still struggling with it. Just trying to be here and shit, just trying to do anything. I mean, not to get it wrong. I guess, yeah, there is a bigger advantage because, yeah, I'm not like working for like healthcare for children because then you got to worry like what if they get sick or what if they get.
That's another game. That's like, because it's like having the kids, it's like the big fucking punch in the face. First of all, you go to the hospital, all that bill, just giving birth to a kid costs like fucking an arm and a leg, right? It's like enough money probably to save half of Africa, right? And then when you have the kid, now it's another never-ending game of shit. Like you said, they get sick, you're fucked. You put them in your insurance at work, you're fucked. They go to school, you're fucked. They grow up, they get older, their needs and their things, you're fucked. It was easier having kids in Algeria. Shit. There's none of this shit. The hospital is for free. We all eat the same food. There's no expenses. The school is for free. And that's it. You go play in the street, fuck off, and that's it. Like literally. Yeah, no,
See,
but that's true.
Every time we talk about like Algeria, I'm just picturing like these like hut like houses like made out of stick.
Well, that's the thing. It's not
like
a hut.
Go play outside in the mud with a stick.
No, if I show you pictures, it's not a hut. Like in the city, it's like buildings, roads, and all that shit.
Go play in the street where only traffic is like a couple camels running.
That's a little bit south from where I live. Like if you go south, there's like gets more sandy and deserts and shit. Yeah, you'll be like chilling and then you see like a camel passing in the highway and shit.
Yeah, for those camels.
Yeah, but man, I mean, come on. I mean, these freaks, they just fucking lie to your face on TV all the fucking time.
Yeah, no shit, dude. And like I try to keep myself relatively healthy. And that's another thing. Even my roommate was like always bitching about like fucking when Obamacare was a thing. Because every year you do taxes, you always get hit. And then he did the math because he was like, you know what, fine, I'll get health insurance so I don't have to pay so much every fucking at the end of the year of the taxes because they penalize you for not having insurance. They penalize you for not having fucking insurance. What the fucking Obamacare shit
that
did.
part kind of like pissed me off. I mean, I'm with you trying to help other people, but
the worst thing is like he went and looked for himself insurance and he did the math and it was cheaper to take the penalty than to just fucking pay like for a single person like who's like healthy whatnot fucking or I guess his age insurance was like expensive for some reason. It makes no fucking sense.
And that's another thing, when I start to learn about insurance company and their philosophy, it's like they want only healthy people. If they can cover only healthy people.
Literally they're giving you money, and they know you're not gonna get like sick or something. Yeah, you're not gonna go to a hospital for a lot of shit.
Yeah, you're like
that's their money now.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to suck so much money out of them for like maybe 20 years straight or something.
When you become an old
you're
person,
healthy, and then maybe after that you get a little bit sick here and there, something, the usual. But yeah, it's like. This is inhumane, motherfuckers.
Dude, the way I saw
insurance is supposed to be so people can go to the fucking hospital.
And that fucking Obamacare shit, dude, it literally felt like I was being penalized or I was being taxed for just being a fucking human, for being alive in America. It's essentially what it was.
I think that was
a human tax, dude.
I think that was a tactic for them to subsidize or like to get funds to pay for that bill, for that that plan that they created. It's like I'm going to pay for this, but I'm going to tax you. I'm going to take that money from here and I'm going to put it in here. So they created a plan and I guess it paid for itself. So I think it was like kind of a scheme like that. Yeah.
Where the fuck did that money go to? Like what the fuck?
I don't know. Yeah, like you said, that was actually good. It's like a tax on being a human.
Dude, basically, because like I wasn't doing anything different. I live healthy. I was going to the gym. So why the fuck? Like I'm eating and living healthy. Probably I need to go back into the gym. But like I'm living like a healthy life. I quit smoking and shit, and like I have no reason to go to the doctor. Like I'm fine. And then like all of a sudden, like, oh, here's a text for like, you don't have health insurance. Why the fuck do I need health insurance? I don't go to the hospital. I have no point to go
that
to
was
the
my
hospital.
philosophy. Like, since I moved there, like I said, up until I met my wife, because she knows that, so she manages that. But before that, before, I never had health insurance. I don't have it. Before they created this open look, because I didn't see the need for it, because I never get sick.
Exactly.
And when I get sick, it's usually like a cold or something. You sleep
you
it
just
off.
you go to CVS, you pick up some Dayquil, NyQuil.
I don't even do that. I just sleep it off, take a day off or two, and then it goes away.
Yeah, your body will.
Well, like you said, worst case, get like some cough syrup and you're fucked. You're good. And then after that, I never saw the reason to just give them money.
Yeah, it is literally.
Even car insurance, I have like a really good drive record. I don't get into accident. And that one time, like a little dent on the car, it wasn't even my fault. And but like until now, I don't have any accidents in my record. Zero. I drive really good. I go from A to B, and that's it.
Yeah, insurance on cars.
I reluctantly give money to car insurance. The only reason I do it is because, if you get pulled over, the cop will give you a fucking ticket.
Yeah.
If there was not such thing,
but also,
and even when I do, I get the cheapest. I always get like, what do you call it? Like a minimum coverage.
Yeah, liability.
You.
See, I'm on the other end because I've been in 2 accidents and they were technically my fault because I hit them from behind and shit. Okay, one was obviously my fault. The other one, it was already an accident happened. It was one of those like slam on the brakes, I can't avoid it type shit. And but my insurance, all they did was fix the other person's car. I got fucked. Like that dude, they didn't give me damn shit. If it wasn't for the fact that I already had money saved up, like I wouldn't have had the fucking, I wouldn't be able to buy the fucking car I have. But that kind of fucked me over. So like I kind of get liability insurance-ish because if you do hit somebody, that you have to pay out of your ass, which is kind of stupid because you don't really like. If I didn't have insurance, they ain't getting a whole lot of money from me, so they're both fucked. Like if they just have liability insurance, it'll cover some, whatever the fuck. But
man, if there was one metaphor that summarizes and describes insurance companies, or like something to use to compare them to, would be like vampires and vampirism. Like literally a vampire comes out of nowhere, they don't do nothing, they just suck the blood out of your body and they move on. Yeah. It's like they suck the life out of you. And then there's like, you see some stories, some vampires will want to keep you around, they suck you once in a while as like a supply. And that's what insurance do. They're vampires, they're just sucking us all the time.
Yeah, and then like
not the good sucking, they suck.
And then even not the good one, not the like, oh yeah, here's $50.
Yeah, please suck me the right way, mother.
But fucking dude, that's another thing. Like and also when you get into insurance, like with cars and healthcare shit, they make it so hard for you to like, if you do get an accident or you do go to the hospital, whatever, you have to prove what the fuck, like whatever happened, a legitimate case. Like if I broke my leg, like, oh, did you really break your leg? Did you break your leg on purpose or some shit? They try to like tweak it so they don't have to pay you.
They
same thing with car insurance, dude. And fucking they make it, especially with like healthcare shit. They make it hard for you to even get insurance. They're like, oh, you had this pre-existing condition.
That used to piss me off a lot.
Dude, yeah.
That is the most inhumane thing you can do. So because you have a disease, I'm not gonna, which means what am I gonna do? Kill myself? If I can't pay for insurance, if I can afford to go to the hospital, what do? Sit here and watch the cancer eat me alive?
Yeah,
that's literally what they are saying to us.
They want you to pay out of your fucking pocket. So now you're like,
I can't pay out of my fucking pocket for cancer and shit.
Point, which is the point of fucking insurance to have in the first place.
Or car insurance. You know how the other trick they do? You get in an accident, right? Let's say you're paying $50 a month. You get in an accident right now. And let's say your accident is not your fault. Here's what it gets me. If it was your fault, I'll understand it. Let's say you're sitting in your fucking car. It's parked. I will come from nowhere, drunk. I'll ram you and fuck your car up, right? Your insurance, they will pay up and fix your car, but your monthly thing goes up.
Yeah. Like how the fuck?
So you go from paying 50 to 150. Yeah. So they can like suck that money back. It's like they're punishing you, dude. I purchased that coverage, so when someone fucked me over, you fix my car. Yeah. I didn't do anything wrong. 100%, not my fault. Even the cops show up and they write a report. This guy is 100% innocent. He didn't do shit. The other guy admits it. They said, my fault, everything. Nothing works with them. Still, your, monthly rate goes the fuck up.
Yeah, so all of a sudden you're like a higher risk, so for some fucking reason.
You can't use that expression higher risk on someone who did nothing. You're sitting right now in a chair. If I pick up a chair and throw it at you, you didn't do nothing. How are you fucking high? I'm the high risk. I'm the one that threw the chair at you, not
like,
you.
Yeah, you're the wild card. So like, yeah, dude, it's fucked. It's really fucked. And like fucking God, dude, that fucking pre-existing shit. Because it's like I wouldn't go and get insurance if I didn't. All of a sudden I feel sick and shit, and they're like, oh, okay, I have to go to the hospital. I go to the hospital, and I find out I have something serious. It's like, well, I can afford it. Let me go get insurance now. And they're like, oh, you can't now because like you should have been paying all your life or something. So I should have just been throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars towards you guys, but I'm completely fine. Then just out of the spur of the moment, now I found like I got this fucking tumor or whatever the fuck that could have been caused by God knows what, but because now they just found it and I didn't have insurance, now it's a pre-existing condition. The fuck, man.
Even
then it gets us.
Even like dental stuff. You know, I had a lot of issues work on dental shit and stuff. Like I have like 2 fucked up teeth right now, right? And I had before like not a car accident, but like an accident. You know, my front tooth broke and everything. And you have certain teeth in your mouth that are essential for you to like eat, chew, do shit, right? You go to work them out. The insurance company, they don't even want to pay, or they pay like a little bit because they consider your mouth work as aesthetic. Motherfucker, I'm not trying to look hot. I need my teeth to eat. If I didn't need that tooth to eat, I don't give a shit about it. For a long time, I was walking around toothless with missing a tooth or 2, right? I didn't give a shit. It was like, I can't afford this. This is fucked up. Not long ago, last week, I went to check on these 2 to get them fixed. It was like $6,000 or $7,000 just to do 2, just to do implants. And they are like the 2 that I need because the dentist said, like, yeah, you need those 2 here. So, you know, for chewing and all that stuff so you can eat. But the insurance company, they covered only like $1,200 out of that shit. I was like, what the fuck? I'm not trying to be like in the cover of a magazine, bitch. You have, teeth, they get fucked, you lose them, your bone density like changes. You might get like a heart disease or a fucking mouth disease, things happen. It has nothing to do with looks. But no, to them, they categorize these things in a certain way. It's like they build these traps. And then when an issue arrives, they put you like, oh, okay, you're in this category, you're in this. Yeah, we're not going to pay. It's like they rig their own system. Yeah, insurance companies, I call them the legalized extortion. It's legalized extortion. They're extorting everybody protected by the law and by the government.
You said we're better off without. Like, instead of like getting taxed by the government, we should be giving like basically charities to shit that we believe in, like giving money to like the fire department. Like it's there. It's fucking like we all want it there because like if there is a fire,
fuck yeah, we need the fire department.
We need that shit. But like giving money to the government, them doing basically whatever the fuck, and then like giving it to like big banks or fucking.
I mean, I'm not against like insurance companies to exist. What I want them is to be heavily regulated because they are fucking assholes. They are running around ripping people off like crazy. They have no regard for human life. Period.
Yeah. And if you knew
like all these things that I observed so far, that doesn't tell me anything about this company that gives a shit about your life.
Yeah, and think about it, because like all these, most insurance companies, the big ones, like those are the ones that usually like fucking everything over because they just kind of locked everybody into it. And now there's only like X amount that you can really go to, right? Or that most places will take because they're well known now. Think about your tax. If you were like doing I guess you do kind of willingly do it for like a more smaller business and you knew where your fucking money was going, I think you'd be more apt to fucking be willing to pay certain shit and not something like fucking ridiculous. And also like you said, like the hospitals and shit, like why are you charging so goddamn
much? Hospitals
like
also they play the game of itemizing things. I don't know, they have they contribute into making things worse too.
Yeah. Like that one dude who fucking I just saw a post about, I want to say it's P5 or whatever the fuck how to pronounce it. Whatever. I don't know his real name, whatever company or whatever the fuck it is. Where they had that the EpiPen or whatever, and he was charging out the ass for one.
Yeah. I remember that. I forgot his name. Yeah, I remember that scandal.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck? You have this cure or this like fucking
someone's life.
Yeah, and you were charging
Motherfucker.
just so you can get rich off of it, dude. Like, how did that come into play?
You know,
with how,
yeah,
and then insurance won't cover it.
yeah, that's maybe hundreds and thousands, maybe millions of people who need that shit. That's someone's life. That can lead someone missing that thing, don't have it, not being able to, they die.
Yeah,
But
straight up.
you, it's like, oh no, it's fine.
Should have got that $600 or whatever the fuck it was. Like
Yeah.
the fuck? It's like I'm working at fucking like McDonald's or some shit. You know, you ain't making shit. And you still paying for like some apartment they can barely afford, probably.
It's like it's like all when I hear this stuff, it's like all I can think of is that scene at the end of the movie, the Fight Club. Did you see Fight Club? Like blew up all
Yeah,
those
he blows up the
those credit card companies,
Yeah.
but instead switch it from them to like an insurance company. So take them down. At least credit card companies, you know, they're out for the money. They lend you money and they try to fuck you over and they try to make money. You know, that's I can understand that.
Yeah.
They're not providing like a service that you can
Yeah,
live
you,
with.
you
That.
don't
It's
need a
just,
credit card.
yeah, you don't need.
have to do that.
Shit,
But like
you
a
know, worst case, you
hospital-
can go on the street and beg and be homeless. But like hospitals, medicine, and all this shit,
Yeah, that's your
That's
liability,
life.
dude.
that's children, that's elderly people, that's like regular people, hardworking people, everybody, men, women, everybody.
Yeah.
And you're fucking with the life. It's like, what are you playing God?
It's right. So would you be for like a free healthcare system?
Hmm?
Would you be for a free healthcare system?
That's a very tricky thing to discuss, right?
I mean, Canada's doing it.
Free is good, sure. We all like free stuff, but we have to pay for it somehow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. We all contribute together. We all create a system. We pay for it and we maintain it. We look, we already do that. We already pay taxes. That's what that's for.
Mhm.
I'm down for that. But they have to shift their understanding into critical things like priorities. There are certain things a nation, a country cannot function without. You need a piece of land, you need people in it, and those people need to eat, need to be able to work, and they need to be able to be healthy. And then you need to have fucking military to protect yourself and so that's, you know, or keep the order. These are basic things to survive as a fucking nation, a country. I think they lost the understanding of this. Like everything is like up for the take. Everything is like private business and shit.
Well, capitalism kind of took over now. They're like
Capitalism is fine. But let it do its own thing. But you have to understand to say, okay, do everything what you want, but these things, no one can touch these. Okay? Everyone needs to have access to health. It's like you get sick, you need to be able to take care of, and not at the price of you being bankrupt.
Right.
All right? Everybody needs to go to school, teach kids. These are future citizens. They work, they pay taxes, they do shit. We need to be able to have fucking police. We need to be able to have like fucking firefighters and all this basic services. You can't fuck with these things. They chose that one basic service that is very important and they fucking made it into a business.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what really fucked everything. Because now they're out competing with other fucking
Yeah,
businesses.
because if you think about it, do the same thing then to the police and to the fire department. Make them private companies and make them charge the fuck lagging up in there to serve our communities. And if no one pays, and if you don't pay, okay, fire, we don't show up. Well, there's crimes, we're not gonna go. Because all these things are the same. But they knew, they were like, oh, the health and all this shit. No, health, hospitals, these are critical to a country, to a nation to function. You can't.
Civilization in general.
Yeah, you can't fuck with this stuff. Now it's like fucking business.
Dude, yeah. And I felt like it's been like for business for a while. That's what really fucked up a lot.
Don't have it free. Have it at least a realistic thing. I get cut or something. I walk into the hospital. They give me a couple of stitches. Here you go, $50.
Yeah.
All right. I can understand that. That's how it should be. I'm not saying give it to me for free, but make it realistic.
So
I go and have a surgery. Don't charge me fucking $200,000, $400,000, $500,000. A couple of grand, I'm good. If I can't, some people are really poor. Sure, work out a payment method, maybe a little bit of interest. But God damn it, man.
Yeah, you're like 10 grand for this.
Someone walk into the hospital, they get literally fist fucked.
Now, like if you're doing an aesthetic thing or whatever, like plastic surgery or some shit, you want to like then charge up the ass.
That's a different
Yeah,
issue.
yeah,
Yeah, let that be a business. There
yeah,
are
yeah.
a
Then it could be a
lot of
fucking
people
business.
who are rich. They can afford these things. That's fine. I don't judge. Do whatever you want. And as a doctor, you can have your practice or you can build a hospital for plastic surgery. Sure, charge an arm and a leg because that's something that only someone they wanted it specifically. It's not like we don't need it, right? And whoever walks in there is usually some rich person or actor or something. They can afford. Have at it. Get rich. I'm not against you. But don't fuck me over if I need insulin and my life depends on it,
Yeah.
right? Or if I have cancer or something and I need the surgery. I walk in there and I come out a slave to a debt that I would never be able to pay
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up
for
too.
the rest of my life.
And like you said, because they're private companies, they're trying to like always create a cash flow, and so like they're always pumping out these new drugs that usually cause more problems. Like all those fucking commercials, like hey, get that whatever the fuck, and then it's just a list of all the negative effects.
Most of these drugs, we don't need them. I live drug free. I don't have an instinct to immediately run into a drug. Like I said, when I get sick, I don't take aspirin or shit. I just sit. I mean, I'm not saying I do that on purpose. Just that's me, you know. I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I grew up like this. My instinct not to run into medication,
Kind of
and then I only wait until it becomes really like, okay, I think I need to check a doctor, and then okay, may I'll take. When they give me medication, to antibiotics or something, I start, I finish, I'm done.
yeah. A lot of times I don't even.
I see a lot of people who are dependent on medication.
Yeah.
A little thing, oh, I need to take this pill. I need to take this supplement. I need to take this shit.
Or like that's pissed off a lot of people. What I'm about to say, but like fucking all that mental illness shit. Like I'm not saying it's not true or it doesn't exist. Like there's people who have obviously mental issues and whatnot. But I found like a lot of them are just going and then like then they're like, oh well, you're depressed, you're bipolar, or this or that, and then they just like stuff you full of drugs and prescription. Then you're just like basically addicted to whatever the fuck it is.
Mental issues, from my opinion, like I said, it's a real thing, but it's been abused. It's been abused by the fucking, like you said, the hospitals and everything. They come up with all these weird shit just to shove you drugs, sell you drugs, and it's been abused also with people. Any douchebag was like, some kind of feeling or something. I'm this. You know, they kind of milk that. They get the attention, or they get this, or they want to get away from work or do this. It's like, shit, man. I mean, I come from a fucking war-torn place. I have the amount of PTSD that I can like fucking give you all a little bit. But I never said it doesn't affect me. You know, it's something in the past. I worked my way through it and I forgot about it. Now my life is good. I don't dwell on that shit. And then I see some other people, they're just, I see they're intentionally trying to be in that miserable place so they can get attention or they can get favors or whatever.
Or they could just kind of scoot through life without really kind of trying anything. I feel like they kind of use it as an excuse.
As a crutch.
Yeah, as a crutch, as an excuse.
Because I can sit here and tell you horrific stories from my life when I was fucking teenager all the way until I was like a young adult. I saw, like they say in the movies, I saw hell and then I just got out of it. But it was in the fucking past, man. I did my best, you know, I survived, everything is fine. Now I'm far the fuck away from it. I don't need to carry that shit. It's memories, sure, but it went away. I see some people, man, they just abuse the shit out of that status. Oh, I have this.
Yeah, I think my dad was one of those who kind of abused the system because he, I mean, I haven't really looked into a whole lot of this, but from the cases I have seen, he didn't act anything like this. But he filed for like schizophrenia.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
It's where you have multiple personalities. Yeah, I could tell you. I mean, he might get a little depressed here or there. You know, just you have your days, up days, bad days, whatever. But like actual schizophrenia, like there's no way in hell he had this. And I'm pretty sure because I remember like some lady would come to kind of do a diagnostics or whatever. And then I remember him acting a little weird. Like as a kid, he was like kind of acting a little weird there. And then maybe he acted a little weird for us. And I felt like that was kind of a front. So if we ever got questioned, granted, they never questioned the kid.
He's setting up the scenario for you to be able to answer the question.
Basically, and just so he can get a social security check. God, I think my sister kind of fell in line with that, but like she really believes all her mental illness. Not to say she doesn't have like depression. I could see that, but
Look,
like she
man,
doesn't really do much.
most of their stuff, like you said, like there's some other doctors are abusing it. They create these names for these things. Like suddenly there's like 50,000 of them. I mean, there's a lot of legit ones, but there's a lot of bullshit
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Because when you observe, especially a lot of these people, what they go through is called life.
Yeah.
One day, you know, you get exhausted, you have stress, you're depressed sometimes, and then sometimes you're happy, things happening. You know, there's an average. It's like, you know, most of the time you're fine, and then you have one of those times where you are as a human being. Sometimes you're allowed to have those moments, and then you pass them, right?
Yeah. But
It's
then,
called fucking life.
yeah, yeah. But people take like any one of those and be like, oh, well, you felt like that one day. Well, fucking you're depressed or you're bipolar or something. Like,
I mean, I have
you go to the doctor right now.
I have my life like, you know, now I have 2 kids, both my wife work. It's like, you know, we're in a new place. You know, I get stressed sometimes, you know, work and everything. I'm pissed. But like most of the time, I'm having a good time. And I'm aware, even when I'm pissed or depressed or stressed out, I'm aware of it. It's like, you know, it's a temporary thing, you know. It's like a car, you know, you drive it long enough. You have to put some gas into it, right? The same thing for us as humans. Sometimes you run out of gas. You take that moment, you go a little bit down, and then you go back up. And we're aware of it. And, you know, the people who are really mentally ill, they don't make that distinction. Sure, you know, doctors, they know that stuff.
Yeah, they feel like
But there are a lot of other people, like you said, they ascribe to themselves the status of having mental illness based on what normal life is. Normal life includes a lot of stress, some stress. You get depressed once in a while.
Dude, yeah, there's ups and downs and shit. And
it's not always happy. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And it's probably not even healthy to be happy at all.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like I see a lot of these people, and a lot of them don't really try to change their situation.
They don't make an effort.
Yeah, they don't make an effort. So I'm like, man, like you keep complaining about this and that, but have you tried? It's like, oh, one day I could get up, went outside, and was like, oh, I gotta do this, and then I just got overwhelmed. I was like, try a little bit harder. Like I don't know what, like how to shake these people from to just go out and do literally anything. You could be like as simple as like just going to a fucking grocery store or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's why you see, it's like, I can't stay not being creative or doing something. For me, that's my therapy.
It's kind of,
and it keeps me happy,
mindset.
yeah. Like we're always doing stuff, goofing around, making skits, doing this stuff.
You got to, dude.
It's all part of like keeping your brain alive.
Yeah, because if you're sitting in your house and fucking just like every day, like, man, nothing happens or whatever. Nothing happens. I'm always gonna be sitting at this house, and each day goes by, and then I might go get some beer or something. I'm just like seeing the same thing over. Then I get online, and then I'm seeing all these horrible news. Like, well, what's the point of trying? Like, this shit just keeps on piling up. Like, you're just damaging yourself.
That's another issue. People, so I think we have to re-educate, especially the next generations, like how to tune out and turn off this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, I do that myself. You know, we're all like, you know, look at our phones all the time, but most of the time it's like, I keep it away.
You have to separate.
I don't watch. Yeah.
That's a scary thing I've seen.
I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I don't even watch TV.
I don't watch the news. I know what I need to know, and then when I do watch the news, it's like a little. It's like I take like a little bite, like, you know, a small bite, and I'm out.
Yeah.
But it's like I keep a balance. It's your responsibility to like keep yourself happy and balanced. Look at a little bit of the news, just enough to know, and then forget about them for a while because you know most of them is bullshit. And then do something productive, have fun with friends, or do something, relax. And then sure, look at the news, depress yourself for like an hour or something, and then go
depress yourself.
Because the news, you don't look at them to be happy. Shit. When was the last time you looked at the news and it was so fucking happy? It's like every issue they turn it into like a fucking the end of the world.
You know, it's like throwing fear down your throat, like every chance they can.
But you have to be smart with the news. You have to read between the lines.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, the longer you live, the more you understand the world, the more you know how to read the fucking news. If they say the world is shit, which means the world is doing great, 10% of it is shit. And that 10% keeps going lower and lower. So that's there, you know. And that's another consequence of having news being also a business.
Yeah.
The news is a service to inform the public. And if they are a business, it's in their interest to keep things interesting and dramatic and shit. It's like us, when we make a movie, we make it for a purpose. It has to be dramatic. You know, we work on that. You
Yeah.
have to be intense. You have to be this shit. But it's a movie. It's fictional. In the news, it's not fictional. And they do that every fucking day.
Yeah.
Stop making me stressed out, motherfucker. Just tell me what's happened.
Yeah, just like, yeah.
Some dude stole a car. That's it. Don't tell me some dude stole a car. It's the end of the world, and he fucking
Theft is on the rise.
and
right
he
now.
said something bad, and crime is going up, and yeah.
Said he's gonna go to your neighborhood next, and he's
Yeah.
gonna steal all your shit and kill all your
Yeah.
family and shit.
Well, how
Like,
about you be
oh,
honest?
like,
Tell me, okay, in this neighborhood,
don't
nothing
know.
ever happens in the past 10 years, and then today some dude stole a car. Okay, that's good information. I know that. But don't fucking make it apocalyptic. God damn it.
Shit's crazy, man.
Well, on that note, we close up. Fuck you, insurance companies,
Fuck
and
you,
fuck you,
healthcare.
news.
Fuck you, Obamacare. Yeah, shit.
Everyone listening, we mean well, but we say fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Sit it. Timmy. Peace. Peace.